always love that one. Make sure your seat is in the full upright and locked position. That matters not one whit. And that's not their fault. There's a bunch of FAA guidelines and rules, but it means but some of them act like and remember when they used to get mad at people that were on their phones? Now they kind of look the other way because everybody's on their phone. Nobody pays any attention to that. People are texting when we're taxiing. Nobody's turning their phone off. You know, it's just a beating. It's a different kind of experience from what it used to be. There's just a lot of those rules that sometimes they enforce rules. Sometimes they make the window shades go up. Make sure they got to be up on takeoff and land. I need that shade up on takeoff. Do really? Okay. Whatever you tell me. Because, again, look at him cross-eyed, you might get dragged off the plane like Dr. whatever he was when he was hitting his head along the seats. Wound up getting and crying and screaming. And that was United as well, if I'm not mistaken, correct? So here's another one on United.
Yeah, they need to show you who's boss.
Crazy? Was there nobody on the plane who said it's not a good idea to put the dog up in the overhead compartment? Was there no other flight attendant who realized you can't put a dog in the overhead compartment? Did it cross the owner's mind of this little French bulldog, well, I'm going to have to get off then because I'm not going to put my dog up in the overhead compartment.
There's no air up there?
Where it will suffocate. And to hear that report, the dog was barking softly for a little bit on the flight. Yeah, it was dying. It was suffocating. Because this moronic flight attendant, who I trust will be fired.
She better be.
I mean, one would hope that at the very least, the flight attendant is fired. At the very best, the flight attendant is going to be prosecuted for animal cruelty.
Should be.
You suffocate or torture or hurt a dog in the real world off of a plane, you're going to get prosecuted. There'll be charges brought against you. If you do something so intentionally stupid that you're going to suffocate a little dog because, and let me tell you why it happened, and no one's reporting this. The whole bit about why you didn't, because I travel with people all the time who have dogs in those little containers, and they put them in the seat, under the seat in front of them. You got to pay for that. You got to pay for that privilege. Don't ask me why. It's a ridiculous charge. It's one of those stupid fees that the airlines gets away with. But you got to pay like $175 or $200 or whatever it is, $75. There's a fee to take the dog, keep it in the carry-on, in the kennel, and put it under the seat in front of you. Now, that makes zero sense why they can get to charge you, because if you had a carry-on without a dog, you could slide it under the seat in front of you. You don't pay a dime. But if it's an animal, you got to get permission in advance, and you got to pay the fee. I'll bet you anything the family didn't pay the fee, and the flight attendant knew it. And she probably said, sorry, you didn't pay for a dog in a container under your seat, put it up in the overhead. Now, again, how another flight attendant didn't say, hey, Gladys, we can't put a dog in the overhead, escapes me, it baffles me. Pilot, flight attendant, passenger, anybody say, oh my gosh, you can't put a